Greetings, blessings, welcome. Here I am. It's been a minute since I did one of these, but I felt, why not look at some evidence, have a chat. It's early morning, well it's not early morning, it's 10:30 in the morning, but I've been up for hours, so I hope all of you are having a blessed day. Big shout out to the Eagle Eye crew. Big shout out to everybody over at Melbridge Brick University. Big shout out to my main man, Fervent. Already spoke to him this morning. He's having a rest. Just got in from work and all of that, so I'll be linking up with him later. And of course, big shout out to everybody who's working behind the scenes for the university and also for the chill out zone. Well, we're going to look at some evidence. I'm going to walk through the evidence as well. I've already put this video out that I'm going to show the evidence for already. It's already up on the channel, YouTube channel. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Starting red. But it's also always nice to walk through the evidence. Some people don't understand it. Some people they want to think backwards instead of thinking forwards. But we can only go by the evidence, and I always say this: follow the evidence. I'm not interested in no historical books, no manuscripts, no hearsay. I always follow the evidence, and it's quite simple because these books and these manuscripts and all of this shit has been written by the dark side. So why should I take what they're saying for true when they've been lying about everything else? As we already know, the historical narrative is a fucking big crock of shit. So why should any books associated with that be telling the truth? And that's my angle on it. I go by the evidence that I see or I can touch. I'm not interested in invisible gods in the sky and all this shit, and whose invisible gods are stronger and all this shit. I'm not interested in all that. That to me is a sign of a slave mind when you're going down those lengths, those roads. Anyway, as I say before, make sure you've got your notification button on, because we can stream it anytime. Same as this or the chill out zone, we can stream it anytime. And just speaking on the chill out zone, we have got some very interesting things that are going to be up and coming soon. They're just being formulated, and hopefully you'll catch what we're going on about in more detail in the chill out zone. So let's start by I'll do what I do. You know, often imitated, never duplicated. Everybody who's on it seems to be now. I don't want to do it, but you know, I've got the title of the Mean King. It was I didn't give it to myself. Someone gave it to me. So let's start by doing something. And you know, especially Laughing Eagle, when Laughing Eagle's about, he likes to laugh. And these memes make me laugh. So here we go. If George Orwell were alive today, he'd be like, oh! It's only meant to be a book, not a manual. Funny though. Leonardo never gets old. Here we go, just eat one. Yeah, just like mushrooms, aren't they? Got to be careful though, make sure you've gone to the toilet before. You don't want to eat one that's full of shit. Because most people now are full of shit. Yeah. Exactly. Caesar, you've been trained your whole life to become good little Romans. I mean, that's a bit of a misprint because it should be to be good little sheep. Because they all seem to want to follow the one in front. They can't think for themselves. can't think for themselves, it's too hard. I totally agree. This was a bad idea. Oh, it's so bad, he's got bit in the arse. Some crocs can grow up to 20 feet, but most only have 4. So says Steve Irwin. Rise in power, Steve. Yeah, for sure. Even teamwork can't save a bad idea. I mean, look, there's 5 of them. 5 of them on that trap. Incredible. But it's a trap. If gas prices keep going up, it'll be cheaper to just snort cocaine and run everywhere. Modern problems require modern solutions. They sure do. I mean, bloody hell. The fuel prices just going up, out the roof, electric, it's just blowing people into the poverty. It's just pushed people into poverty, these heating bills and stuff, because, I mean, and now we've got winter coming, it's just going to be, you'll be paying for it all next year. It's incredible. I'll try and keep mine off until there's icicles on the inside. 25 jumpers and all that business. But you know, it's all part of this, it's all engineered, manufactured to make you suffer. Plants invent caffeine to poison bad insects. Humans, this is some serious gourmet shit. Oh, definitely. I don't drink, I mean, I'll drink coffee now, sort of have a coffee every morning, and that's it. But some people are drinking this shit all day long. Can't do that, it just kills me, mate. Can't do that. Yeah, you know, for the record, if a father asks, so what do you do? Your daughter is the wrong answer. Definitely the wrong answer. Definitely the wrong answer there, mate. When your parents make you talk to relatives. I don't mind talking to my relatives because they're all nutcases, so it's always entertainment for me. Once I talk to them, I just get back into the meltology world and I feel better. This is why I don't pay no attention to nothing outside of meltology. I don't pay attention to anyone outside of meltology. And sometimes I don't even pay attention to meltologists because they're talking shit. LSD, cocaine, heroin, meth, 40-hour work week. He should be fucking smiling if he's getting a 40-hour work week, because some people ain't even getting 20 hours a week. That's how bad it is. It's getting real bad. So they tell me they drive a mile to the gym to walk a mile on the treadmill. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You should be getting all the exercise you need out of work. Making it so hard. When your teacher kicks you, your homie, and a random innocent dude out of the class. What are we doing today? Weed. It's weed. When I call you crazy, remember that genius ideas don't come from average minds. That's what I'm saying. Average minds can't come up with the concepts, they ain't creative enough. That's why it's funny to watch all these imitators now. It's funny to me. You know that imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, so thanks guys, I love it. Don't tell people your plans, show them your results. Exactly. I don't get mad. I don't get mad, I work harder. That's what I do. I work harder, I just put more and more work out. It's good for the soul. Candidate, I have 20 years of experience. Employer, perfect, you're hired. Candidate, but no degree. Employer. Say what? Say what? You're fired. When her parents ask what you do for a living. Of course, I am. Look. There we are, meme expert. When you leave things for tomorrow, and tomorrow arrives. I never leave things for tomorrow, mate. Not me. I'm too worried about it. I have to get things done whilst there's they say making hay whilst there's daylight. I always do that. I get that from my parents. Very hard workers. My dad worked all his life until he died. My mum worked. We were original latchkey kids. Come home from school and mum and dad are out and dinner's already set up for us to have, and we'd sit there waiting for them to come back home. But it never did us any harm. It kind of made us grow and mature real quick. Not real quick, but in the right way. Uh-oh. Girls be like, who needs a man? Oh my days. Debs and Melanie will be going off on one. But it's funny. What's up? What's up? What's up, Kirby? You forgot your drawers, mate. Oh, dentists be like, this won't hurt at all. Oh my god. And I believe that's how they used to do it. That's how they used to do it, mate. You had no chance. Lay back, let me put my foot on your belly and pull it. Put the instrument in your mouth and yank it out. You'll be fine in about an hour. Barbaric, isn't it? When you don't meet the dress code at the fancy restaurant. Oh god. You have no tie, sir. You can't come in. But I've got a jacket. Can't you see my tremendous balls? Just remember, kids, gonorrhea is bad. Okay. Scraped off there. Oh my, poor man. Oh, you know you had a rough life when death gives you a cuddle when he comes to claim your soul. You poor thing. Poor thing. Everybody's having a rough life now, mate. There is no discrimination now. The only discrimination about this is before you had upper, middle, and lower. Now you've just got upper and lower now. Middle class has been wiped out, mate. Or slowly getting wiped out, squeezed out. The assets are going. The free cars are now one car. The big house in the city and the getaway cottage in the country is all gone now. These people are now becoming the new poor. Look, just another unrealistic body expectation for teenagers. We'll be talking out your ass, he's eating his porridge out of his arse, look. With a spoon stuck in there. Oh man, it makes me giggle. Anyway, that's enough of those. That's enough. That's enough of those. Also, I just want to take this moment just to say, Meltology is about understanding this realm and understanding what's happened to it. And Meltology is only a small part of it. That's only to do with the to the structure, to the infrastructure and the buildings that have been destroyed here. But it's a far bigger story going on here. There are other aspects to the story. Meltology is just one aspect. And a lot of people are getting just hung up on the one aspect. Much like people want to put personalities and egos and butthurtedness and all this shit into meltology when it's not about that. It's not about my ego. It never has been about my ego. A lot of people are misinformed about recent events. We haven't come out, or I haven't come out, and neither's Fervent come out and said anything about recent events. And those involved in those recent events haven't even come and asked us about these recent events. But I do want to say that some people did ask to leave, or told us they were leaving, so we expedited that. And some people went so far as 6 or 7 months ago to be making videos telling people that they didn't want to have anything to do with what we were doing, and we didn't want to come on the platform, so we expedited their hasty removal. It's not our fault if they decided to go off the grid and then come back and they can't get into the group and shit. You told us you didn't want to have nothing to do with us. And likewise, some people didn't read the rules of the Red Brick University, where we kept saying, please don't post links off of onto any other place. And they're sitting there and they're not offering nothing to the group. They're not developing other meltologists. They're doing nothing but self-promotion. And so we decided their interest didn't align with ours, so that's why they went. And as I said, these people have not come and asked. They've just assumed. So all this butthurtness that they've perpetrated and spread throughout the meltology community is all based on assumption, because they haven't asked us nothing. They haven't asked us why, because we're quite easily tell them. Just wanted to put that out there. Like I said, I ain't naming names. Don't have to. But just remember, you get what you ask for. And also, when someone creates something, and that something is not running the way that the person who created it wants it to run, they have every right to make changes that they deem fit, whether or not it upsets people or not. That's how it is. As far as I'm concerned now, we've taken, me and Fervent and myself, have taken the pressure off ourselves now, because we haven't got to deal with a lot of different people and a lot of different opinions, and a lot of people thinking that their name's on the tin when it ain't. You go and do your own thing. It's very simple. And also remember, most of them, if not all of them, apart from one, need to remember where they come from. Who gave them the start? Who gave them the platform? Who brought them out of obscurity? And now they've got a name for themselves. They're they've forgotten that. But to me, ain't nothing, because I'll always go out and find evidence. I started my stream on my own, I started the group on my own, and I started my YouTube channel on my own. I didn't need help from anybody. So that being said, as I said before, I don't get butthurt, I just work harder. It's very simple. To me, the only thing that matters is meltology, promotion of meltology, and finding the next group of meltologists and nurturing them and bringing them up, just like I did with the last lot. So please bear that in mind before you start trying to do your character assassination shit, because it don't work on me. I'll laugh at shit like that. Anyway, let us move into this. As I said, this is the new video. It's entitled Meltology. Coincidence? No. Melted realm. So we are consistently seeing across the realm the same sort of damage, and you have to expect that you're going to see the same sorts of damage, because the buildings with grid components plugged into the motherboard, the motherboard blew up, electrical charge flew up, heated up, and melted the buildings. Now this is a little place called Mur Castle in France. and I defy anybody to tell me how they managed to sandwich this building in between the melt that's around it. In between the melt. You have to be a real dulltard if you think that they came and built this in between. And why would you build it in between there? I mean, you know, you've got no back view, you can't have windows at the back because you can't see out. You're looking forward and then you're looking over here to more melt. Why would you place your house here? You know, meltologists will look at this and know exactly what's going on here. I mean, look at the corner. Look here. How did they get this wall in here and this in here? And of course, look at the brickwork, it's damaged. And you know, you can see the melt around it where the rest of the grid components were. Look at the front, melt. How are you building in here? It's a question for your ologists. How they built this in here? How did they do this? Another look. See this part of the wall? Look what's on the edge of it. It's rock curtained over. Melted around the side and on top. And where this door is, look, how did they put this roof in here? Come on now. Just ask yourself the simple questions. It isn't rocket science. It's also melted downwards. You see it's ballooning at the bottom here. I know you're Mr. Snoopy. Stuff Snoopy doesn't like balloon rocks because it's very inconvenient for him because he can't explain it. His answer is show us anecdotal evidence. So my answer to that is kiss my ass. Same as any other debunker. You cannot debunk this. Give me an alternative explanation of what we're seeing then. Look, this is building here. Look at the colour. Look, carbon 14 on the surface. The melted look of it, excuse me. It is not possible. Again, we've got another one of these Frodo Baggins hobbit holes, all made from bricks, but not as you know them, Jim. Sorry, I'm being silly. But, you know, come on, these are balloon rocked bricks. Heat damage, heat expansion. Look at the roof. Why is it all this shape? Why is it all wavy? Look, it's not even in a straight line. This is the heat expansion. Look how the bricks have deformed here in this part of the wall. And then, of course, look at the outer perimeter wall. The bricks have turned into shit blocks. You can't do this. You can't build like this ever. How can you support this first row of balloon rocks? To put another course on top is jokes. It's jokes. More of the same, look. The arch. This little child is bending down to look on the arch. This one's low as well, and the reason it's that way is because it's melted and sunken down into the brick flood. Again, look at the bricks have turned to blocks, and now they're even popping out. Look at this one here, that one here, this one here, this one here, popping out. These were bricks. They've been through the X Factor process. They've been through the electrically charged fervent heat, and it destroyed the bricks as we know them, transformed them, metamorphosed, altered states of matter. It's very, very easy. I've seen this many a time. You know, I showed these pictures maybe to this particular building maybe 3 years ago. You know, I sit and look at other people's evidence, and it's evidence I've already seen. And this is why I don't comment on stuff in the group. You know, not being big-headed, but I've seen a lot. You know, I've been in the game from way back, as most of you will know. But you cannot tell me this is a building. These are bricks that have, these are just totally cooked and melted and expanded. Yeah, you see how blocky it is at the bottom, and then it's just cooked with this huge balloon rock here out the side. This is the heat expansion in the viscous material that the bricks became because of the heat and the electrical charge. It feels kind of weird to do one at a Watchalong. I haven't done one for so long, it's crazy. I should do more of them. But you know, time, there never seems to be enough time. Or there never seemed to be enough time, because I was always getting ready for the next show. So it limits what you can do. But now, where we're not streaming every night, we're leaving that to the imitators now, because they seem to think that it was their idea to be streaming every night. We've done that. We've moved on to a different fucking road, mate. Less is more, and that's how we're going to roll. Fervent and myself. Again, look, this is at the top of the building. The rest is melted down. Look at the wall. Look at the brickwork, and look where it is. All melted buildings all around it. You can see the ground is very light here, very sandy, you know, but sand is brick ash, so we know it's brick ash, and then intensified. And the aperture up here, that's melted tech on the top, and look at the bricks. You can still see some individual bricks here in the wall. The bottom is very, very balloon rocked. Yeah, again, Mr. Stuff Snoopy. You're going to be butthurt. And as I said, the damage is consistent across the realm. Now, this structure on top has been built on top, made out of wood. It's wood, but underneath the blocks, and underneath that melt. Even if you look up here, look, melt. Been covered over by the carbon 14, but it's crystallised. Look how white it is. Look how white it is. Come on now. You've only got to trust your own eyes and stop believing your programming that you've been given since you were a child. Eagle Eye Crew are gone past that stage, and we've reprogrammed ourselves with new information. But you know, the others, most of society. Are still caught in the mind trap, but we're not. Why is it are we seeing the remnants of buildings all across the realm with the same damage to the bricks? Coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Look at the bricks. Look how it's melted downwards. Look how low this aperture is. The lintel is even damaged. It's crazy. It's no way can it be a coincidence when you're going from place to place to place. And you know, this is why I say it's not a geography lesson. I don't name places normally, because everywhere is the same damage. It's not a coincidence. More buildings showing you the brickwork has been damaged. They've even taken pieces of the original brick that has been heat damaged and expanded, and used it to tie down the top of the fucking, what they now call the roof. Look, grass growing on it as well. Carbon 14 scavengers love it. How? What is this here? No, it's another building that's just totally cooked and fried and melted. Back here the same. But what I thought was interesting is this ramp here. How far it extends into the water. How did they hold the water back to pour the fucking concrete then? What did they... It never makes sense. Their narrative never makes sense. Or even this wall here is damaged. It's sat on brick flood, which you call sand. You know, you always have to ask the obvious questions, and people don't. They just go with what they've been told. Why are you building this in this fashion with this material that damaged? It's damaged brick, obviously, but and then it's sunken into the melt. Where's the back end of this building? Where is it? Why are you building it on an F? Steps are damaged too. It's cray. As I say, it's all about the evidence. I'm not interested in books that have been written by the inverters from the get-go. How can you ever trust that as real knowledge? I do not partake in that one. So I always believe if you can see, you can hear and talk. Those are the best way. Go and look at it yourself. Go and feel it yourself. Go and video it yourself. Which is why it's important. Everybody get out there and start looking around and start filming and start taking photos and posting them up in the group. The more we have from various different places around the realm, the more compelling it is. The more compelling. This is a monastery in the middle of nowhere. Look what the hell? It's too easy. Before I forget, big shout out to Deborah Red Brick Chick and Devin, Mike, Earl Wilson, a few of the others. Odin, how you doing? You'll know who you are. You'll know who you are. Three Fingers, Mel, Nancy, Benny Boy. You know who you are, guys. The loyal. You know who you are. Big shout out to you, and I hope all your days are blessed. You know, we keep on seeing this. Look what happened to the bricks. Look how this has turned into what they now call slate. Look, and it's being squeezed out by the pressure and the viscosity makes it squeeze out of the weight of it. What's on top now is pushing this out. These red ones just look at the surface, look at the texture. Look at the texture. Look. Heat damage, expansion, all it states on that. I mean, it's so obvious, it makes my teeth hurt. And again, when you look at the locations of these places, why do you need this with bells on in the middle of nowhere? Who the bloody hell is going to hear these bells in the middle of bloody nowhere? There's one building over here. Right here, there's a building. Is that for him then? You know, the people's logic never kick in. It never kicks in. They'll believe any fairy tale story they're told apart from what's obvious. Look at the melted buildings behind. See this? Behind this expanse of water? This is from these buildings. This is the irrigation system here that's pumping out the water. It's found an avenue out to the surface and it's now pooling here behind. So like, share and subscribe. Tell your friends, get them to watch your videos, get them involved, get people involved, get them waking up. It's very important. This is very important. This is what's been hidden from you. This is what the historical narrative is hiding. Smokescreen. Don't want you to know about this. Again, buildings attached to fucking mountains. How do they do it? How do they do it? See how crystallised it is. It's white. See the brick lines even here. Even down here you can make out brick lines under the grass that's growing up. Brickwork in the building itself is cooked. And even in this crystallised state, this brick aside, you've got plant life growing in it. So there's still enough carbon-14 in here for them to grow, and they're still getting moisture from somewhere. Again, it's not coincidence. the realm is melted. Why else would these buildings be looking like this? The same sort of damage. Look, huge balloon rocks here and here, and the rest of it's churned. Pieces of building here, the wall churned, gravel on the ground, which is brick flood densified. Look at the step, huge balloon rock up here. This one here. We're seeing it again and again. It's not coincidence. Look, buildings in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. All that you see around it is other melted buildings, but you cannot discern it because you haven't got the eagle eye. You do not understand that everything is melted buildings. This huge balloon rock at the bottom here, the brick ash here, and then the building itself. Look at the expansion in this window. These are apertures here and here, but they're closed in, expanded inwards. You've only got to look at the brickwork. I've been showing you this balloon rocking damage to these bricks for, it seems like, an eternity. How and why? Why are you putting churches in the middle of nowhere? In the middle of nowhere, and they've all got this type of damage or worse. You see the outside shell has turned, the outside first course of bricks have now turned into blocks. But beneath that, the bricks have turned into blocks, but they're churning up. Look, up here they're churning. The outside skin has come away in this area. Sorry about that. Yeah, I must do some more of these watch-alongs because sometimes, just putting the video up is good enough as far as I'm concerned, because I'm preaching to the converted and to those who have got the thirst for knowledge and want to learn. But sometimes it's good to just, narrate something so that you can hear and try and equate it to it's a learning experience. A learning experience. Again, look, pocket survival, old world. This lot here is old world. This lot down here is old world as well, but it's been repurposed. Sat in the brick flood. This is all brick flood here, all melted building. Look at the churn in this wall. Pieces of balloon rock, we've got pieces of slate. Look here on this mound. Red brick here. Incredible. And again, we've got the woman there to give you scale to see how it's melted down. This aperture is twisted. This one's on the ground because it's melting downwards on top of itself. Of course, in the background you can see the various other melted buildings. So this realm was just filled with buildings from north to south, from south to from east to west, and west to east. Wait. My dears. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this wall. Look at this wall. Look at what happened to the bricks in this wall. Look at the size of the blocks. And it's even retained the angle in them from the expansion. Look here at the top. Now it should tell you exactly what happened to the pyramids. Bricks turn into huge blocks. Look at the wall. Just pull it down. Look at the wall. How'd you build this? Huge blocks on the corners here. You can even see the blockiness here. It's cray. And then behind it, a huge melted building. See it here behind? Up here, melted building. So look at the angle. Look at the angle. You can't build like that, my friends. And not with this material. Where are you going to get these? This is on an island, by the way. Where are you going to get this building material? That's so you've got this type, the blocky pieces, and then you've got the balloon rock. So where are you going to get them? Where are you digging those up? Where are you quarrying those? Africa. They're telling you that it's all mud huts. And even if it was mud huts, it's still building because mud is brick ash with moisture. But clearly these are bricks. Balloon rocks, again, This particular dwelling has still got the stucco on the front. Look, underneath melted red brick. Look, we've got bricks here from circling bricks. Everything's melted red brick. The batteries of the system. Oh, smoking a spliff first week, very good. I'd advise everybody to do it. I don't take drugs, I smoke weed, mate. Here we go, look, another pocket survival, sat on the A-frame of a melted building, but look at the brickwork. Look at the brickwork, look how much melted brick there is everywhere, it's everywhere. So you're just looking at the rudiments of the what's left. Same, look at the bottom of the building. Look, balloon rocks. Look at the ground, brick ash. Melted building up here, look, at the back. Sunken down in the brick flood from this. All this damage here is from this. My, oh my, oh my. Again, we're seeing more balloon rocks. This is in a more cooked out state. But it's balloon rocks, it's not mud, it's balloon rocks, it's bricks. Look, clearly, melted building behind, look at the angle, the roof. Sat in the brick flood. See the brick ash here is densified. And we keep seeing it on a consistent basis, so this is how we know. This is how we know. You know, it's not a case of like joining the dots or connecting the dots. It's a case of just opening your bloody eyes and seeing so many different places with the same damage. The topography, the same. The buildings, the same. The brickwork, damaged, the same. That's melted here. Something down. Over here, look, the rest of this building's gone, but we've got the opening here. You can see that there's right angles, but diagonal angles here. Yeah. Again, make sure you like, share and subscribe. Get on the chill out zone. We have the best evidence of the X Factor event and the damage caused by it. You see the plant life growing on the roofs, brick lines here, and then look at the damage to the bricks. How she can live there, I don't know, with her free cat. She's got to be a witch. She's got to be a witch. She's waiting for Conan to come round. But it seems to be populated. Look, there's cars back here, so it seems quite remote, but there's cars there. But the landscape is all melted buildings. Topography is melted buildings. I mean, who'd want to live inside, underground like this? Because you're living underground here. You know, and again behind, look, melted building. Melted building. Aperture. It is melted building. It looks like apertures up here as well. Look, top of the building here. That looks like a melted tower here, leaning back here. And of course, most people won't see it because they're too programmed and they believe what they've been taught in school. The brainwashing is heavy. It's heavy. Some people never snap out of it. They continue from cradle to grave to have the slave mind. But you know, there are ways out of it. Again, it's a wooden fronted front. This is wood, but look, sides, bricks, turned into blocks, and then the carbon 14 scavengers are surviving on what's been extruded by the heat process. Again, behind huge building, see water coming here. Where's it coming from? It's not coming from up there, it's coming from inside. Oh my. Follow the red brick road. Always follow the red brick road. Oh. Balloon rocks. are only scavengers. Scorching up here. Yeah. When plants take hold, they take hold. And they're going to tell, oh, it's not. Yeah, it is a building, obviously, look, because look, you can see the top here, you can see the roof line here, the doorways here sunken down, but also if you look in this area, you can see it's gone very blocky. See, there's a where the mortar should be, look, boom, boom, brick mortar, but it's turned into blocks. And you guys not even looking at this, he's thinking about getting home and having a cup of tea. More of the same, look at the topography, look. Up here, it's the tops of the buildings. Melting downwards, look, bricks, balloon rocks, blocks. Around is brick ash. Which is why the plants are here, because there's plenty of nutriments. It cannot be a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence. We see it everywhere. Because the whole realm is a melted circuit board. And we're living on the ruins. Nearly everything is below our feet. The only thing that's not below our feet is the tops of melted buildings. What need would you have to have a building perched on the side of a mountain? It just doesn't make any sense. What is this for? There's not even a doorway to get in. What is it for? Don't tell me it's a pigeon coop. Because there's certainly a lot of pigeons out there, let me tell you. A heck of a lot. Not many eagles, but plenty of pigeons. You can see the brick lines, look. The brick lines. These are bricks, look. Bricks. Bricks. More bricks. Bricks. And it's still got the stucco on the outside. Look up here, bricks. What's it doing here? On the side of a mountain, wedged into the ground, sunken into the ground. What's it doing there? There's no coincidences. This is all X-factor damage. Again, note how the bricks have cooked and expanded, become viscous, and then popped out. Look, see them all popping out here. Brickwork on a mountain. Why? Look back here. Apart from this, look back here. What's all this up here? What's all this here, these parallel lines running across here? Obvious structure that's under the grass. Look, top of the building here. Melting downwards. And then behind it an even bigger one. So there's no coincidence, a melted realm. We've just been fooled by a couple of factors, the plant life, the rising sea level, and of course the education system. Bricks turn into balloon rocks. This is a doorway of a building. The carbon-14 stains in the doorway, not so much outside, but the brickwork is still the same damage. Still the same damage here. Yeah, they're going to tell you it's World War this and World War that. Please explain to me this rock curtain that's coming over the top here. All the melt up here. Because people get fooled, they can stamp any shit on anything and people will believe it. Now they may have come here in World War II and fucking used it for something and then stamped on it, but they certainly didn't build this. Look, all the way back here, look, this huge melt back here. And of course it's surrounded by plants. So they may well have come here in World War II or whenever and used it for some kind of military purpose, and stamped all of this, but they certainly didn't make it. This guy looking, are we looking at bricks? Same here. This is a building that's trapped, and look, these are all tumbling and churning and moving around when the event happened. You can't build. How did they ever build this in here? You can't look at it. You can't build this in here. No way. And more remnants, more pieces of brickwork. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the damage. It's got holes in this piece here. And look here, bricks that have expanded in bigger blocks. Bricks turning into blocks. So you've got two different altered states of matter here. Left hand side you've got blocks, which were bricks. And to the right they've gone a stage further, they've now ballooned. And these are balloon rocks now. So you've got blocks and balloon rocks in the same building. What does that? Why, if you're building this, why don't you just build it all out of one or the other? Why have we got both? Come on now. Again, we're seeing the remnants of buildings. See the balloon rocks everywhere. See the balloon rocks? See brick on the top here. This is X Factor. This is the inconvenient truth. There's brick ash on the ground. Look how red it is. You see, it's a building. There's the aperture here, archway here. But still, people will not see when shown. But we will keep showing until they wake up. Why are you building buildings in this fashion if you believe they built it? This is a result of something. This is a result of something. Its original state, you can see it was bricks, red bricks. But look, up the top they're cooked out. At the bottom they're cooked out and ballooning. This part of it here is peppered with balloon rocks and melt. To the right, balloon rocks and melt. Why are you building like this? How are you building like this? What purpose would you have to build something like this? And of course, you have to say to yourself, how are they building this in the time frames that they give us? Again, another example of what happened to the bricks. It's going crazy. These bricks are going crazy. Look here to the left. And compare the left to the centre. This part's just to the right of it. The bricks to the right, to the left. Look, nothing like each other, but they are bricks. Just altered states of matter through electrically charged fervent heat from below. Look at the expansion here in this supposed arch. Look here. Come on, guys. I always say it's about meltology, showing the evidence. Look at the expansion here in the arch. Look how it's gone up here to the left. Look at the lines of bricks, and now you've got brick. This is the inner arch. That seems to be okay, but the outer one, look what's happened to the bricks. It's starting to melt and drip. Look, rock curtaining over here, balloon rock in here. Come on, it's very easy to see. This is why I'll say go with the evidence and don't go with anything else. More of the same. More of the same. We have filled out windows with balloon rocks, and the balloon rocking is matching what's on the outside, so it's thoroughly cooked in. But above, look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of brick. Very, very compelling. You cannot get this from any other way bar the X Factor event. It's amazing to me that these buildings really survived this incredible event. changed the face of the realm into one that has been people are taking beauty and they always seem to do the opposite of what they actually see. They think they're looking at beauty, I mean not here but in other instances, and it's really destruction. Look how the bricks are popping up here. What's going on up there? All this balloon rock in here. Where's the top of the arch here? The bricks are ballooned. Look, ballooned. Of course, in the centre, balloon rocks. Why are you building up and how are you building? It's incredible. A bit closer. A little bit closer. Look at this. How are you holding these in there? Little pieces as well. Look, little pieces. It's not possible to just get it and start building and think, oh, I'll throw this little piece in here and this little piece in. Oh, we'll put a balloon rock here. We'll fill the gap with mortar. Look how this brick. Look at it. This one here. The expansion. It is just too obvious. Look, all here. Bricks popping out here. Look, row. Come on, it's very easy when you open your eyes and your mind. You know, most people don't want to believe it. They want to believe the historical narrative. They don't want to believe that actually we're just the survivors of the survivors. Because I don't think this event was long ago. This event is not 100 million years ago. It's not a million years ago. It's not 100,000 years ago. It's not 10,000 years ago. It's not even 1,000 years ago. This is very recent, under 500 years ago, believe me. This is my estimation from all the work that I've done, which is considerable if you can count. I must have done nearly 500 videos and nearly 400 live streams, something like more than that, 300 live streams. So I've done a lot of work, and it's always, what we're looking at is always the same. When it comes to meltology, it's always the same, because it was a grid system. It was powered by the etheric energy. The buildings were batteries, the bricks in the buildings were batteries anyway, but the buildings were not just dwelling places, they had other applications, and it all blew up. I thought this was funny. Look, they put a modern phone in here on this wall, whatever that is here. Probably this lighter blue thing is probably where you smoke and put your cigarette. Dog ends in there, but the building itself is old world order and damaged. X-factor damage. When you see this balloon rock patterning, because it's trying to go into that hexagonal shape, is what it's trying to do, but it didn't get there because the electrical charge and the heat shut off very suddenly, and it densified before it could get into that hexagonal pattern that it likes to go into. And I believe that hexagonal pattern may have something to do with the electrical charge. Again, it looks like a fairly modern build, but what's this damage in between the walls? You say the outside skins cook, and then the interior part of the building, in between the walls, churns. And if you look closely, you see bricks inside the churn. Look, see the bricks inside the churn. It's a madness. Look, balloon rock here just under the surface. So, you know, the evidence that we're showing, it only points one way. You know, we're not looking at sedimentary layers, we're not looking at damage from tectonic plates, volcanic eruptions, because volcanoes, as it's already been proved, are short-circuiting melted buildings, spewing up cooked out bricks. And I've shown bricks being expelled from the volcano already. It's not glacial precession or anything like that. You know, geography and geology are talking out the back of their necks. I want for a better phrase. But here, look at the bottom of this wall here, balloon rocks, bricks popping out the edge here. damage all the way down this huge wall. I mean, look at how many bricks in there. It's just incredible. And the wall back here, look. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but I'll zoom in. Look at this wall back here. Bricks, but cooked. But you still see that in the left-hand corner of this wall, the outside shell of the bricks. And then when you move to the right, this is the interior part of the wall. The outside shell has come away, and shown you the churned out part behind. Balloon rocks, damaged building. We see it everywhere, and this is why I say it's not a coincidence. A coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence when it's bloody everywhere. Everywhere you want to look. You look at a certain age of building, it's got this damage. It's got balloon rocks, it's melting, leaning. You know, floors of the building are underneath your feet. Mud cannot melt bricks. Mud cannot transform bricks into balloon rocks. This is where these mud tiles are just so wrong, and I keep seeing them, especially in the Tartarian groups. They're just fixated with mud flood, and they can't see the obviousness that mud can't melt bricks. And this is our supporting evidence of this, because where's the mud here? Where's the rest of the building? If you think mud flood, liquefaction, well, liquefaction doesn't make bricks do this. It doesn't. Heat and electrical charge will, though. They need to get their game on. They're well behind the curve. You know, they were ahead of the curve with this flat Earth. Talking about Tartaria, and even then, you know, Tartaria was at the end of the age. It wasn't the beginning. It's what they named it at the end, and the melt and the damage had already happened by the time they were calling Tartaria. The whole world had one name, and it wasn't Tartaria. Here we go. Look, this window, this aperture here, this arch. Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of this arch? Oh my. Not this one's here, but the brickwork's damaged. Look, see bricks mingled into the melt, into the obviously damaged bricks. It's you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes. Look, balloon rocks. This aperture is filling out. This one here. The arch above this huge window. Look, bricks. Where's the rest of the bricks then? These ones sunken down into the melt. Look here. Where are the rest of the bricks? Again, if you're just joining me, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the realm. I can't stand that, because I think every it should just be one time zone. That would sort everything out. So if it's 12 o'clock here, it should be 12 o'clock where you are. It's incredible whether it's day or night. But again, look at the damage here. Look at this central part to the left hand, and what are these bricks doing here? Look, bricks here, and then they turn into blocks. Cooked. What's this here? It might be a patch. Might put a patch in there because it's falling down, but you have to explain why the left is different from the right. Leaning tower. There are many of those. People get caught up on the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but there are untold Leaning Towers. Part of the grid system. Very interesting, this picture, because look at the aperture here, brickwork, expansion, balloon rocks everywhere, and what are these holes here? What are these holes all the way around, these circles? This is where balloon rocks have formed and fallen out. And of course at the bottom is the clue. It's all made of bricks. Look, some of the brickwork has melted out and it just left the mortar casing here and here and here. And and then to the side of it, look, where it's joined, more balloon rocks. This is not how they built. Look, balloon rocks up here. This archway's damaged, and look, you've got melt and balloon rocks at the bottom of it. So it's very easy to see if you give yourself a chance. Clear your mind, empty your glass, start seeing with real perception. Excuse me. And here we have another example. Old building, damaged, ruins, ancient ruins they call it. It's not ancient ruins, it's just ruined by the X Factor. And we know it's the X Factor, but if you look into this damage here, look at the internals, it's churning out, churning. The bricks have turned into blocks, and obviously the first layer's fallen out. There it is on the ground. All the same, as I said, there's no coincidences. The realm melted, my friends. What do we have here? Look. What do we have? It's bricks. It's bricks. It's cooked bricks. And look, the fourth row, if you want to term it like this here, look how white it is, how the bricks are going white. And then the fifth, boom, turn into a block. Oh my. Oh my. All the same as I say, we see it everywhere we look. When you have the eyes, look, there's bricks, 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 bricks. This is the electrical charge. The variance of the electrical charge. Some places are cooked more than others. The brickwork here is cooked. Turn to blocks. Turn to blocks. See how the damage at the bottom here? Look. Look. Look how viscous it was. Incredible. But it's no surprise. No surprise. Again, look. Balloon rocks, bricks. You've got balloon rocks that are crystallised here, look. This white area. Why are you building like this? And how are you doing it? How are you doing it? Aperture. It is amazing when you come to the same conclusion as we do. This whole realm melted. Look. Just in one particular place on the face of the wall, the bricks have turned to balloon rocks. Look at them. Look at them. And at the bottom, as we always say, closest to the heat, more damage. Look. Bottom of this building. Look at the ground. Not what you call a road, but it's melted bricks. This is absolutely amazing here. Look at this shit. Oh, a little thin piece wedged in there. What are you putting in that? What are you putting that in there for? Why are you putting this curved piece in here for? Get out of here. Get out of here. Look at this. Are you joking? Look. This is X Factor damage. Without a doubt. You don't build like this. Why are you building like this? You just make all the bricks look the same, wouldn't you? And as I said, where are they going to get this stuff? Right, there's no Juicens or Home Mart or wherever you go and get your building supplies back then. So where are you getting this shit from? And why would you do it? Not every other, it's a brick wall. Why aren't you following the course? This one here's a brick. This one's here's a brick. Why are you putting this shit in here? Come on. Tops of melted buildings, fragments of melted buildings stuck in a brick flood. Everything was melting downwards. Look, tower. Why is it so small? Why is it sticking out? Why are you just putting one here? Look at the brickwork. Look behind. Look. Come on. Look. Are you kidding me? Don't let me get into schools and start educating. Children might turn out bright, because there's not many bright ones out there these days, I'll tell you that. Again, look. Look. Bricks. bricks, and then everything else is balloon rocks. Even the arches, balloon rocks, apart from the inner part of it, which always seems to survive, is bricks. And look at the ground, it's all melted. Balloon rocks, this is all balloon rocks. Balloon rocks, I know Stuff Snoopy won't like it, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've yet to hear an explanation from these people what caused this. Why is this arch filled out with balloon rocks? This wall is balloon rocks. The edge is all churned up here. Damage, damage, damage. It's a consequence of something. It's not, I mean, how can erosion do this? Behave. Erosion has got nothing to do. If it was erosion, it would all be looking the same. It's not. Look at this, clearly bricks on the right. Look at the damage to the left. Even this arch, which is sunken down into brick flood. See bricks here, bricks here. Come on. Churned up here, look. Of course, look where the bottom is, over this side, on the right hand side. Look, bottom of the building's here. Where's the bottom of the building this side? Sat in its own brick flood. You know, we don't want. You know, it's good to be right, but I'm not one of those who keep saying "I told you so, I told you so." I want people to come to their own conclusion, looking at the evidence, which is the way that I came to my conclusion, by looking at evidence, and a lot of it filled out archways. Look, this one's completely going crazy. It should be 3 here. 1, 2, 3. And the damage here, bricks are popping out. Balloon rocks here. Incredible. Of course, we can give you places, but you know, place names don't mean nothing in this event, because it's all the same. Look again, balloon rocks at the bottom, balloon rocks up here, balloon rocks here. Plant life everywhere. Bricks are damaged. Expansion, heat expansion. Heat expansion. Again, look. There you can see the Romans built it. But they didn't build. Why were they building with balloon rocks then? The outside colour, still got the stucco on it over here. These are all horseshoe magnets, but these ones damaged, like you wouldn't believe. At the front, the front skin has come off, showing the churned out nature below. You know, to me, these don't look ancient at all. At all, they look damaged. That's what I mean. Look at the melt here and the churning in between these two horseshoe magnets. Let me zoom out a little bit. Look at all of this. So you've got, it's just swirling around in the melt. Blocks in here. Don't know if they've been put there, but let's say they've been put there, but they're still blocks, still melted bricks. And then look at the demeanour of all the other bricks. Look at it. Go up, top of it, look. Damage. Plant life everywhere. Balloon rocks everywhere. You can't get away from them, I'm afraid, because everything has the same, near enough the same look. Fairly modern structure. Look what's been underneath. Damage. It's not a coincidence, my friends. Not a coincidence. You see here in the centre, these are gonna pop. These are going to look like this soon if the heat and the electrical charge are carried on. You can see this one is starting to swell here, where my hand is. That area. Look, inside, churned. And you've got to take notice. You know, geologists got to start taking notice. The average man in the street's got to start taking notice, because this is where your basic deception of the system comes from, because they want to hide this. They want to hide it at all costs. You know, see at the top here, these are all churned out. this right hand side of this cooked. And if you look back here, look how big these blocks are in here. Incredible. And people walk past this shit every day and don't put two and two together. That's how dumb people are now. This is how they've devolved. Supposed to be evolving, but you're not. You're devolving. You can't see the obvious. You can't see what's right in front of your nose. And this is how their deception works. Again, more of the same. Grid components melted. Look at this. Balloon rocks. Well, how are you building? How are you building this? 4 columns of plinth and loads of balloon rocks. And again, this part here, look at the scorching top. Look at the wall, you can see the balloon rocks under the melt. Oh, my oh my. I wished I was wrong, but I'm not. Look. Balloon rocks. Look at the ground. Look at the ground. Balloon rocks sat in the brick flood and then densified. Yeah. As I say, this video, I did the video, put it out already and put the pictures in the Red Brick University, but I just wanted to do a watch along because I thought it'd just be a bit more educational, because as I say, I don't research anymore. I've done my research a long time ago. Everybody else, apart from a couple, are new to the game, so they can research. I don't see the need to do 90, 100 pictures on one place. To me, it's just self-defeating because people get bored. So this is just for education purposes, for inspiration. Trying to get people up out that armchair and away from the TV and getting them outside into the real world. Step into the real world and have a good look around. Even if you know what I mean, if you don't even have to go far, you could find it in your, probably if you've got an older type of building, in your building, in your basement, in your garden. And you know, most towns have got a church or a cathedral. Go and check that out. You're going to find the same damage. You're going to find the same damage. Even in my own hometown, I found some extraordinary melted buildings. The streets are part of my hometown is an old part of town, but it's the same damaged buildings, damaged cobblestones, which are melted bricks on the ground. You know, it is chimneys, all old world order. Even our city hall is old world order building. It's incredible. You know, our marketplace has got an old world order building right bang in the centre that people walk past. And, you know, hundreds of thousands of people walk past that and they've not even recognised it as an old world damaged building. So please get up and have a look and start taking your cameras and your phones out and snapping it and getting the evidence into the university. That's the place for it. Again, you can clearly see this is a building. See the arches here, archway here, but look what happened to the bricks. Look at the bricks. Are you telling me they built it like this? Yeah, they're going to tell you it's coral. Yeah, this has been underwater, hasn't it? Yeah, right, of course. And as I've already shown you before with the Great Barrier Reef video that I did, coral is melted brick. Heat expanded melted brick. Skin's been removed, then it was flooded, and then obviously the plant life now has water and carbon-14 to live on. That's why they can live there underwater. Certain species, anyway, of plant life. Again, this is India, and you know, you can clearly see the dome is damaged. It is damaged. It is cooked. It is charred. There's all sorts of damage. Now I've got to go back to this place and have another look. But you know what? It doesn't really matter, because anywhere you look, or anywhere I look, I'm coming up with X factor damage. So I always say, stay with the evidence. Stay with the evidence. You know, I'm just trying to wake you up. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not a snake oil salesman. Just trying to wake you up, make you see, make you try and perceive this realm in its right context. You know, you cannot build buildings like this with this type of damage already in them. It's It's not possible, and you cannot, after the fact, tell people it's erosion that did this, because it's not. And you cannot go around telling people mud flood did this, because mud doesn't melt bricks. And if you believe in any of them things, you're still in the delusion. You go to places, you see these. I used to be stuck on castles in the early days, because it was just every castle's got this kind of damage to it. And even when you say the word castle, it's not really castle, it's cell. A cell. It's a cell, it's part of the whole. Connected. It's a cell, like the cells in your body. Lots of them. Connected. Being run by the brain. Oh my. Again, look. Bricks. See them? Bricks. Edge of bricks here. Bricks. Bricks. Bricks around the door. Bricks. Damaged, but they're still bricks. And look what everything else is. My oh my, balloon rocks. Balloon rocks. Balloon rocks. See the brickiness here. Incredible. So severely damaged, this place. And of course it's sunken down. You can't see the bottom here of this archway. It's in the brick flood. You say to yourself, well, they're telling you this was made in 1608. How are they building this shit in 1608? Who's doing the building? How are they financing it? And why couldn't they choose better materials to build with? Why have you got bricks here in this horseshoe magnet? Because these are bricks. Wonderful parquet kind of pattern into the bricks of the arch here. And then each side, it's just mess. It's not mess, it's the same, it's brick, but it's altered states of matter. Again, look at these apertures, they are expanded inwards. Move it, see the expansion here and here. This one's making it go slanted. See, it's not vertical, it's slanted. Look at this brick here. Wow. And of course, you can make out bricks that are here, look, bricks. Individual little pieces of brick. Look, see them? Brick. So the whole thing was bricks, and it's now damaged beyond recognition. Again, churned up bricks. Look, with brick flood all over, with this rock curtained over with mortar snot. Arch here. This side, arches, horseshoe magnets, but look at the damage. Look, this part ain't as damaged, so you can see that make out more brick. Kept blocky at the bottom, closest to the heat this side. More hot this side because it's turned into blocks. More damage back here. It is realm wide. More row of horseshoe magnets. Let me get my cursor. Row of horseshoe magnets. Look at the damage. Look at this on the right, left hand side. How is this done? How is this done? Why is it so prevalent? Look, brick lines, but the bricks have now turned into balloon rocks, ballooned up, electrical charge. Super hot heat made the balloons expand, so the bricks expand. Balloon rocks here, balloon rocks, all the way down, all over here as well as the same, and it's part of a grid component. I don't know what this is. This green shit. Is it a chair that's been stuck in there or something? I don't know. But what I do know. This was original beautiful red bricks, row upon row. And now look what it looks like. There's that other part that we saw. Look how it's pushed out this road here, squeezed out, forming a ledge now. These are all apertures up here, windows. All windows, row upon row upon window. That's another telltale sign of the old world where they love a window. They love a window. And of course it's in the middle of bloody nowhere, of course. You know, when you see this damage now, when you're going out and about in your dailies, you can understand what it is. Look, churned up red brick, look. Heat damage, churned up red brick. Look, balloon rocks. So to me, there's no coincidence, it's just signs, telltale signs of the X Factor event. Feel that. Telltale sign, brick ash on the ground. What you think is ground is brick ash. There's no earth, there's no terra firma, it's all melted buildings of brick ash, as we keep saying and have said and shown on very many numerous occasions. Islands at the tops of buildings and mountains are melted buildings. Topography is melted buildings and brick flood. Again, look at the churned out nature of the bricks at the top here. Incredible, huge balloon rocks here. Apertures that are expanded inwards here. It's all sat in brick flood, melting downwards. Calm forming scavengers everywhere. This is India. India's another hotspot for this type of damage. Lots of faults, lots of car cells, and lots of damage, as you can see from this building here. How did it get in this state then? How did mud flood do this then? How did mud flood do this? Just look at the extent of the damage. It's night and day, chalk and cheese, as they say, if you have an open mind. If you have an open mind, that is, of course, because most people haven't. Most people are just stuck to the slave mind, and they don't want to come out of it. Unfortunately, they are comfortable in their ignorance, and that ignorance is going to get you killed, because that's what they've got planned for you. That's what they've got planned for you. What do you think they made you take the Miley Cyrus? Why do you think they were going on about the Miley Cyrus and giving you magazines? Why do you think that? What do you think that was? They know you ain't going to get into a boxcar. It's a slow kill policy, man. Why do you think your food's poisoned, your air's poisoned, your water's poisoned? They don't want to go to the expense of bullets. No, just give them something that'll kill them slow, and then it's not so noticeable to the rest of the herd. So when you've got mass die-offs now, people, you know, there won't be many left to have to worry about controlling. You may not see it, you may not believe it, but that's what the agenda is. Let me tell you, they want this place for themselves now. We've done the cleanup. Oh, I shouldn't let that slip. That's for a different show. Yeah, our surplus of requirements now, which is why they're going to try and crash the money, which is why we have this crap going on with Ukraine to starve people to death and to put people into poverty. This is all by design. All by design. You forget, Russia controls a lot. It controls a lot of gas and a lot of oil. When you cut them things off, the West is going to struggle. You know, you have to remember who's the biggest importers of gas and oil. It's the European Union, Europe. They buy the most off of the Russians. So who's it going to affect if you cut that off? You. Wakey. One of these Indian forts. Windows everywhere, archways. Walkway sunken in the melt. Huge balloon rocking everywhere. This wall here, look. Where's it going? Where's the rest of this wall? Huge pile of balloon rocks here. Top of the building here. Heat coming up from the bottom, causing the balloon rocks, which then engulf the building. So it's incredible damage. Again, you know, this is why I target coincidence. No, melted realm. Because we keep seeing the parallels everywhere we look. And these pictures are all from different places, not from the same place, all from different places. Yet look at the damage that we see. It's consistent, not consistent. Balloon rocks, melting downwards, rock curtaining over, bricks dancing around under the electrical field that's been generated from below, from a smashed motherboard, which is malfunctioning. And I even believe it's still malfunctioning right up until today, right up until now. What does this to buildings? Come on. Where's the mud flood that can do this? You've got so many different states of matter here, I'm not even going to list them. The good meltologists will see it and be able to list them. Again, old world order cathedral. Dome at the top. Damage to the brickwork. Look. Come on now. Try to instruct you, not so much instruct you, but guide you. That would be a better word. Guide you. For all the illusion. Another, dome at the top. Look at this here. Look at these. Look, filled out. Incredible. See how you've got brick lines and then blocks, brick lines, blocks, brick. This is not it wasn't built like this. It's not a feature to make the building look nice. No, this is what the bricks turned into, these blocks, because of the variance of the electrical charge jumping around. It explains everything we're seeing. Tower, bricks all damaged and expanded and popping out. Again, more old world order tech buildings. Now, seeing this particular arrangement of building, and this building looks in the Sudan, where they've got pyramids like this, but they've got this shaped building on the front, but they've been melted away from the actual pyramid itself, so they look like they're standing alone. This N shape, if you want to call it N shape, but this one's still attached, and of course it's all melted. What? Here we see it again. Pyramids of Sudan, just exactly the same, but this part is still attached. In Sudan, these parts are not attached, they're melted off. Again, this has got stucco on it still. Look up here, look, stucco, still on it. Plant life wants to grow on it now, because it's melted and it's got carbon 14. Have a look at this one, because we saw it earlier, but I just thought I'd bring it back because it was just a different angle. Where's the end of this column here? See, bricks to here. Then you go down. Where's the rest of them? This is all made from bricks. So where's the rest of the bricks then? If you do not believe that bricks can transform, where's the rest of the bricks? Yeah, so I thought I'd do a little watch along. This is nice. I mean, I've done one, like I said, for a minute, and I just wanted to get back into it because I'm going to do probably a stream on YouTube soon. Probably if we don't stream in the chill out zone, I'll probably do one over the weekend, because I know Fervent's got working, and his time is very limited, so it may be even a late night one. Might even do that one with him once he comes in from work, because when he gets in from work, it's very early in the morning here in the UK. I was speaking to him at 6 o'clock this morning, UK time, and he was pretty bushed, so hopefully he can get some energy up We may do one over the weekend. Might do a late night Sunday easy. I'm not sure yet. Depends on further, because we're a joint enterprise now, and we do things together now. We're not worried about anybody else as such. We bring guests into the chill out zone. We have guests lined up to do to put some rather interesting evidence together, and we're going to do a couple of one-off special shows. But me and Fervent, we work as a team now, and that's it. We find that it'll work better for the both of us if we keep it that way. So please watch out for those. Make sure you got your bell on, and what's coming up will be very, very interesting. Of course, here I've shown this picture before, but I still like it. Look at the huge balloon rocks at the bottom of the wall here, and then you've got bricks. I mean, come on. How are you building a brick wall on this kind of foundation of this rubble is just beyond me. It is beyond me that people can think that they built like this. And as I keep showing you through the whole of this, it's balloon rocks. Look, balloons. But look, what do we have? The original building here, the original look of the building, red bricks. See the melt here behind? Incredible. And it's always going to be the same because it hasn't changed. It won't change. Look at this damage here. Look at the churning of the bricks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I know, it's my catchphrase. It's my catchphrase. But I do want to shout out to all meltologists out there who are putting out the work, instructing people, trying to make people wake up, but more importantly, trying to nurture and encourage the next generation of meltologists. That is one of the most important things. If you're not doing that, if you're not trying to help the next guy come through and show his evidence and add to the pool, then you're not doing your job properly, I don't think. You can't just be self-interest. You can't just want to just keep promoting your channel and not wanting to help the next guy. And I've always tried to do that from the get-go. No matter what anybody's saying, most of these people wouldn't have a voice if I didn't take time to nurture and bring them on. So certain people better remember that. Again, here we go. Look, I mean, come on. What causes this? What causes this? Even damage here. I'm very thankful for the people I've met. I love everybody. There's no animosity to me, but sometimes you have to let people go, I'm afraid. And whether it's their choice or, in some instances, not so much their choice, but because of what they've said and what they've done. I'm not frightened to move forward. I feel quite privileged that Fervent has felt the same as me and wanting to walk the same road as me, and as I'm quite proud of some of the other Eagle Eye crew who are not going to let, if you want to use the term politics, it's not politics to me, but they're not going to let that get in the way of them showing their evidence and being part of the community. And it's all about that, and it's not about pressure and being in this camp or that camp. There's only one camp as far as I'm concerned, and that is the meltology camp. Again, look, what makes that happen here? Look, blocks popping out the wall, should be bricks, but they've turned into blocks, and the heat and the pressure has pushed them out. Same at the top here, look at all these bricks pointing outwards. Look, this one's very bricky here, and it's all underneath churned out brick, very viscous. Try to bring the best evidence I can bring out as I've done from the beginning. I always do it, because you're only as good as the last piece of evidence that you bring, or the last stream that you do, or the last video that you make. And I've just been trying to maintain my level, not trying to do anything other than that. Look, balloon rocks. In fact, for me, a lot of people have got inspiration from my work. You can see, because I don't really do social media, it was Deborah who sent me a link. Thank you, Debs, by the way, for that link. It was nice. It was very encouraging to see that another guy had gone to Odyssey and was pulling down all my videos and trying to wake people up, trying to get on this guy. So it was pleasing to see my name, and pleasing to get praise from someone I've not met before. Didn't even know about it because I don't do social media. I only become aware of it because Deb's posted up the link. So that's what I'm about, inspiring people, getting them to look around themselves, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. There's plenty of evidence out there. I'm not hung up on evidence like people seem to think I am. It doesn't really bother me because I'll go and get new evidence on a daily basis, and if I can put over 400 videos together and 300 streams and show different evidence near enough all the time, that shows you how productive I am, and let it be known that I've never gone and took anybody's evidence and claimed it to be my own, because you can't do that. The evidence is that it belongs to everyone. You may claim that you showed it first. That's a different thing. But to me, evidence is not doesn't belong to anybody. It belongs to everybody. Yes, I may have shown it first, but I'm not getting butthurt over evidence, because I'll have new evidence by the end of the day in droves, and I've even got evidence I haven't even shown yet, sitting there waiting for me for an opportunity to show it, which I will eventually. But you have to remember, I've been in it a long time, and I've probably thrown away more evidence than most meltologists have collected. Anyway, I'm not beating my own drum. I don't have to. I always let the evidence speak. Again, look at this wall. Why are you building walls with balloon rocks in them? Why? Balloon rocks. You see the original state of the brickwork here on the top, and then underneath where you'd expect the damage to be, because it's closer to the heat, closer to that ferocious, fervent heat that the bricks are transformed. I was trying to get to this. What is this? Let me zoom back out. Let me zoom back out. Now we see these balls everywhere. We've seen them everywhere. People are telling you they're Titan body parts and all this shit. They're not. They're just red bricks. Just they've melted into the spherical shape. Why else would it be stuck inside this building? See the red bricks below, blocks below, underneath, and this lot of red bricks decided to go circular, spherical shape, wedged in. Come on, look, another one. The same one but different time of day. It's quite a lot lighter, but it's just interesting things. Everything is related to the X Factor event here. Everything. See the top of a grid component, but I just wanted to show you the left-hand side here. Look what's happened to the bricks. It's supposed to be bricks. So all this is bricks down here. This is bricks here. This tower is bricks. This chimney is bricks. This other tower is bricks. But they're damaged bricks. Look, see, heat damage, expansion. Grid component in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, sunken down in the middle of nowhere, as we always see. If you need a pint of milk, mate, you're stuck. You're gonna have to make sure you got some cows or something on hand to go and get it fresh, because you ain't going nowhere from this place that's close. No amenities are going to be close. So what's it for? Why is it in the middle of nowhere? Well, it's not in the middle of nowhere because it's stuck on the side of a huge melted building that you can't see because of the vegetation. Yeah. And as I keep saying in this my little talk with this evidence, there's no coincidences. It's a melted realm. Balloon rock, balloon rock, balloon rock, balloon rock. Hey, Mr. Stuff Snoopy, balloon rocks, you hate them. It's your kryptonite, isn't it? Yeah, you think you're Superman until you get a balloon rock, and you're fucked. Then you are fucked. Those tops of melted buildings. Tops of melted buildings. Look, bricks, 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 bricks. Grid tech at the top here. This part's got tech on it, so it's got the globe and that. But this here is all cooked and melted downwards. Look. What else can it be? Grid component, but damaged. Here's another one. You're looking at the very top of the building because the rest is melted away underneath. Look at the damage, the stark damage from the bricks at the bottom to the bricks at the top. This is where people get confused because they think this at the top, you see it in everywhere. It's mountain. It's a mountain if it looks like this. They don't realise, well, it used to look like this. What's at the bottom? Go more. Kind of pyramid kind of shape, but it's we've got an aperture here on this floor and an aperture here on this floor, but they don't line up. And look what it's sat on. Look, oh, more red brick. Oh, all expanded. Oh my, crazy paving they call it. Crazy paving my arse. My arse. Oh, again, just a side by side picture, and again, that's this. It's definitely old world. It's definitely tech, and it's definitely melted because look at the brickwork here. So the brickwork above here, white. See the staining on it. It's all white actually, but it's still got some stucco and staining on it, a carbon 14 staining. And look, the plant life on the left is in a feeding frenzy. Just looked at this building, but just a different angle, just to show you that it's all cooked bricks. Zoom in. Bricks. Yes, all bricks, all cooked. You know, some didn't pop, some didn't, coalesce to the electrical, fervently charged electrical heat. But you'd expect some buildings because you have to build in it like a failsafe in the building. Some could, like grid components on a mud some will take more electrical charge than others. The ones that didn't totally just blew apart. Some disintegrated. Some will turn into sand, into brick ash straight away. And some were a mixture of the two. But one thing's for sure, this is the day the building's fried, mate. Look at it. Again. Look at this shit. Huge damage. Huge grid component. Just looks like a pygmy now because the rest of it's melted away underneath. Just once you see, you can't not unsee, and that's the problem with it. You see, I know Fervent and myself, we've talked about it before, how it's now very addictive. It's now a job for us, even though it's a pleasurable job. It's a pleasurable job now to do it now because there's no pressure. We just take our time with what we're doing. No schedules. Stream when we want to stream. We put out evidence when we want to put it out. There's no pressure. Again, look at the aperture here, it's expanded. Look at these bricks around this arch. Poking it out. They're popping out. This white, as this has been painted. The bottom part of this arch here has been painted. because it should look like shit. It should look like churned up mess, but they've painted it. Obviously they didn't. They should have painted all this brickwork that's poking through, but they didn't. They just left it. More of the same. I hope you're enjoying the evidence, because you know I pride myself on the evidence that I'll show you. Again, look, balloon rocks, bricks, pieces of brick in between the balloon rocks. How are you building like this? How? Look here. How are you building like this? Are you crazy? Do you know how long it would take to do that? Let alone find the pieces to fit in between. Look, let me go back up. Look, find the little pieces of red brick are they standing there with someone cutting them into these shapes? I don't fucking think so. Pieces of red brick in between the balloon rock. Clear evidence that something happened here. Metamorphosis has happened. It changed from one state to another. Look here, the balloon rock with it's got melt on the top of it. Keep showing it. We keep on showing it because it's there to be seen and to be shown. Again, look. The same, and the whole of this side here on you can't probably not see it properly, but on the right, this whole side of this building is balloon rocks, and then you come to the left and it sort of has a line where how far it got up. And down here in the corner, it's just bulging and ballooning here. This is a consequence of the X factor, of the electrical charge. Why is this window so low? Because it's sunk in the brick flood. You see the angle? Wow. More of the same. You see the arch here, the doorway. Why the bricks stop there? The bricks should go all the way down, shouldn't they? And again, you got Balloon Rock. Balloon Rock City. Balloon Rock City, look. Can't make out one brick here on this wall, this side. Same here. We have the arch here made of brick. That looks like a recent filling. Don't believe that. That wasn't done at the time. Too smooth. But and I'll tell you what happened here. They put a coating over it. They put stucco over here, over the balloon rocks. But they didn't. Why they didn't do this corner, I don't know. Because look, it's bricks. And the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rebated archway is full of bricks. And look at the side here. Look how they're popping out. Balloon rocks popping out. This has been painted as well. Why they didn't paint this? It would have been better if they would have painted it, because it wouldn't stand out so much. But they didn't. They left it there, and Eagle Eye Crew have found it. More signs of the X Factor damage. Same again here, look, bricks at the bottom. Where's the bricks here? They're there, but they're melting. You look at this and you think it looks like a very modern build, but this damage is not. So it is not a modern build. It's a old world order building with severe damage, as you can see by the balloon rocking, because you've got bricks everywhere else. Why are you putting these balloon rocks in here? Don't make sense, does it, to put balloon rocks in here? You'd make them all bricks, wouldn't you? As is everything else is bricks. Again, and as always, these places have been redesignated as belonging to the religious cult. They appropriated this cross sign as theirs, and this was on these buildings from the old world order, so it's very easy to appropriate. If you convince everybody that you created this symbol, then everything that has this symbol belongs to you. Very easy way of doing things. Again, more of the same, balloon rocks. Then as you go up, bricks. Wow. Look, filled in. So filled out. Balloon rocks, side of the building. How are they doing it? How are they doing it? No, the white brickwork. It's just amazing. I'm going to wrap up in a minute because my music's finished and I ain't going to put any more on, but you get the gist of what we're talking about here. There's no coincidence. This is all X factor damage from a huge event, a huge event, that cataclysmic event that happened not so long ago. Look at this shit here. Come on. Look at this. We've got bricks up here, and then we've got heat damaged, expanded bricks in the arch, in these apertures below. See this one in the edge here, it is red, not balloon rock hanging off the edge here. Everything else is damaged. Wow. Oh, guys, I'm going to wrap it up in a minute. We're nearly running out of pictures anyway. We'll just get to the end. I just want to highlight my buddy. Again, look, it looks like coral, doesn't it? It's not coral. It's melted brick. Churned up. The outside skin of the bricks has gone and melted off and left the internal walls, which look like this, and exploded. Boom. Mike Hunt, Watchalong ink joint. Got to thank the guys. Wonderful evidence as always. Boom. Let me pull that down. So that was the last video I put up. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing a few more watch-alongs. Big shout out to Fervent, Debs, rest of the Eagle Eye crew and members of the Melted Red Brick University. Please like, share and subscribe. Get yourself into the university. Very good group, very knowledgeable. You'll bump into Fervent and Red Brick Chick. They'll handle you nicely and look after you. But remember, we are the survivors of the survivors. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another. I'll be back with another one of these soon. Remember, much love, one love, brick love. Boom, I'm out. Take care.